Most men find out too late, not when she leaves, before she leaves. In the quiet withdrawal that happens long before any conversation about it, she stops initiating, stops investing, stops seeing you as the man she needs to impress. And you, busy with life, comfortable in routine, missed every sign, not in one dramatic moment, not in an argument, in the small things. The way she stopped asking your opinion, the way she walks out of rooms when you walk in, the way her tone shifted from warm to flat, the way she stopped laughing at your jokes, the way she looks at you now, not with admiration but with something closer to tolerance. You felt it, you just didn't want to name it. Here is the truth nobody tells men about respect. It doesn't leave loudly, it leaves quietly, sign by sign, moment by moment, until one day you look up and realize the woman in front of you is physically present but emotionally already gone. That ends now. These are the 5 signs she has lost respect for you, and the Stoic path that brings it back before it is too late. Sign 1. Her tone and attitude toward you change. This is always the first sign, and it is the one most men excuse away the longest. She used to speak to you warmly, softly, with the kind of tone reserved for someone she valued above others. Now there is an edge, a sharpness that appears without warning, a coldness that replaces warmth in moments that used to feel safe. You tell yourself she is stressed, tired, going through something, and maybe she is. But the Stoics taught that patterns reveal truth where moments deceive. One cold moment is stress. A pattern of cold moments is a signal. Pay attention to how she speaks to you when nothing is wrong, when life is normal, when there is no argument to justify the edge. Because the tone a woman uses with a man she respects is unmistakable. It is soft even when firm, warm even when direct. And when that tone disappears, replaced by something flatter, harder, more dismissive, she is not just having a bad day. She is showing you where her respect currently lives. The response is never to match her coldness. It is to hold your standards so quietly and so consistently that her tone has no choice but to rise to meet yours again. Sign 2. She stops listening to your boundaries. You set them once, she acknowledged them, and for a while they held. But slowly, almost imperceptibly, she started pushing, testing, crossing lines she once respected without question. And when you reminded her, she dismissed it, minimized it, made you feel unreasonable for holding the standard you both agreed on. This is not carelessness. This is a measurement. She is measuring whether your boundaries are real or simply words you say when you want to feel powerful. Most men fail this test not by abandoning their boundaries dramatically, but by enforcing them inconsistently, by letting something slide once and hopping she doesn't notice. She always notices. The Stoics understood that a standard enforced selectively is not a standard at all. It is a suggestion, and suggestions do not command respect. Hold your boundaries the same way on Tuesday morning as you do on Saturday night. In public the same way as in private. When tired the same way as when energized. Consistency is what transforms a boundary from a word into a wall. And a man with real walls is a man she learns very quickly not to test. Sign 3. She no longer values your time. She used to show up on time, used to cancel plans with others before she canceled plans with you, used to treat your schedule like it mattered because you mattered. Now she is late without apology, cancels without guilt, keeps you waiting without explanation, fills your shared time with distractions and half-presence. And when you notice, when you dare to express that your time feels disregarded, she makes you feel demanding for expecting basic consideration. Time is the one resource that cannot be recovered, and how she treats yours tells you exactly where you stand. A woman who respects a man treats his time like the finite, precious thing it is. She is on time, she is present. She is grateful for his attention because she understands it is not guaranteed. When that changes, when your time becomes something she manages on her terms, reclaim it immediately. Not with a lecture, with action. Fill your time so completely with purpose and direction that access to it becomes genuinely scarce. Scarcity restores value, every time. Sign 4. She becomes mean and disrespectful. This is the sign that hurts most deeply and confuses most completely, because it makes no logical sense to a man who loves her. You have not changed. You have not hurt her. You have shown up, provided, cared, and yet the person looking back at you has become someone who speaks to you with contempt, who dismisses your feelings, who uses your vulnerabilities against you in arguments, who makes you feel small in the very relationship that was supposed to make you feel seen. Here is the brutal Stoic truth about contempt in a relationship. It is never really about you. It is about her. A woman who has lost respect for a man does not feel good about losing it. She feels guilty. And guilt, unprocessed and unspoken, turns into resentment. And resentment turns into contempt. The meanness is not strength. It is the loudest possible expression of a woman who is deeply disappointed, not in you specifically, but in the gap between who she believed you were and who she experiences daily. Close that gap. Not for her, for yourself. Become the man whose presence makes contempt feel impossible, because it is very difficult to be mean to a man you genuinely admire. Sign 5. She compares you to other men. This is the most devastating sign on this entire list, and the most deliberate. When a woman begins comparing you to her friends' partners, to men she sees, to an abstract standard of what a man should be, she is not venting. She is issuing a verdict. She has measured you against her standard and found the gap wide enough to mention out loud. Most men respond to comparison with defensiveness or defeat. They argue their case or they shrink into shame. Both responses confirm exactly what she suspected, that you are not secure enough in your own value to stand unmoved by her measurement. The Stoic response is neither defense nor defeat. It is silence followed by action. You do not explain why you are enough. You do not compete with the men she names. You become so undeniably, quietly, powerfully yourself that comparison becomes not just unnecessary but embarrassing to make. A man who knows his worth does not need to argue it. He demonstrates it daily, in his discipline, in his standards, in his absolute refusal to be rattled by a comparison that says more about her lost respect than it does about his actual value. Let her compare, and then give her nothing left to compare. When you recognize these 5 signs, the worst thing you can do is panic. The second worst thing is pretend they are not there. The Stoic path is neither panic nor denial. It is honest assessment followed by deliberate action. Look at yourself without the protection of excuses. Where did you stop leading? Where did you become comfortable instead of compelling? Where did you trade your standards for peace? Find those places, not to punish yourself, to rebuild from them. Because here is the truth about respect that most men never discover: it is never truly gone. It is waiting. Waiting for the man who earned it in the first place to show up again, fully, unapologetically, without explanation. The man she fell for is still in you. He never left. He just got buried under comfort, routine, and the quiet surrender of standards. Unbury him, today, before she stops waiting. If this hits something real in you, comment "I choose respect," and commit to the man you are choosing to become right now. This isn't motivation. It's a mirror. Like, share, and do subscribe for more. See you on the next one.